What's up, everybody? This is John coming at you from Kauilamotors, and we finally got it. We got our 2021 E-Pure race. Now this has been 2 orders down, and I finally got my own demo bike. So just to let you guys know, yeah, if you're in Hawaii, you want to test ride, you want to demo ride, you want to see what the electric movement is all about with Electromotion Trials bikes, hit me up. I'll put my contact email in the comments. Right now we're gonna go through this baby. Stay tuned. Gee. Right on, guys. So as you can see right off the bat, if you have seen our Escape R video, this is not that one. This is the E-Pure race, and this is the first bike of the Electromotion lines to come out with the clutch system, which this has. If you've seen the Escape R model walk around video, not too many things that are different, but you will physically see the difference as we move along, because it is a full trials bike. Okay, let's start from the top down. Again, here we go. We got our display here with our battery running 92%, and this is a factory charge. Just keep in mind, for all of those guys out there who just bought their bikes, or if you're looking to buy a Escape R or any Electromotion model, the battery will break in at about 10 cycles, 10 full cycles, and you will get the optimal charge life of the battery. So just keep that in mind. You won't see a dramatic difference, but that's what the manual says. Of course, we all read the manuals, right? So just keep that in mind when you're looking at the charge rate. Okay, starting from the left, we got Heebo Grips here that come standard with the bike. Pardon the wind, it's kind of windy today in our beautiful Honolulu backdrop. And what do we have here? We have our FRB, just like the other bike, our fixed regenerative brake. Now I order the bikes with these because I feel like regenerative braking is so necessary. You know, we have the clutch here, and again, we have the clutch made by Brake Tech. Standard clutch you'll see on TRS's, Gas, all the top brands use this master cylinder, Brake Tech. But you know, since we have the clutch, we want to mimic real trials riding as much as possible. To me, this FRB is very important because this simulates the engine braking and also gives you a little bit of charge when you're going downhill. So that's pretty important. We keep that standard on all our bikes. It is an add-on, it doesn't come with the bike, but when I order the bikes, I order it with. So if you're gonna order a bike, talk to your dealer and make sure you get that with the bike. Right next to that is our safety lanyard. I have it in my pocket here, but this safety lanyard is what turns the bike on and off. When we put it on, we get our map, and that moving over to here on this side, this is our map switch right next to our throttle, and once again our Brake Tech master cylinder for our front brake. So now we have in the white, same as all the Electromotion bikes, white. We're in our neutral position, it ain't going nowhere. But once we click it into green, blue, or red, now if we twist this throttle, it's gonna go. So keep that in mind. And when you're not running the bike, or you're not riding the bike, you typically want to take this magnet off just to make sure that you kill the bike not knowing and not having any sound, you kind of forget that the bike is on. If you lean on this when it's in the red mode or a green mode, this bike will shoot out. So safety first, guys, always safety first. Remember to remove this when not riding. Some guys wrap it around the bars, but I typically still like to keep it on my wrist, just as a habit. It reminds me to take it off. All right, coming to the front. Of course, we got our dealer in Honolulu that we're working in tandem with, Hawaii Rides in Wahiawa. Check them out. We do have a bike on display right now at the moment, and hopefully we will have one in the future. But guys, we are all sold out. We got 9 bikes in the first order, we got 9 bikes in the second order, and they are all gone. So this is, if you don't have a friend that has one, hit me up, we'll go for a ride. All right, so E-Pure, nice graphics on the front, very nice clean colors, like the blue with the white and the orange. Love it. And we also have, like the E-Scape R, we have the aluminum tech forks. Now these, once again, are aluminum bodied, and they have a coating on the fork leg just to reduce the friction, make the suspension a lot smoother. It's a little bit smoother. I'm not sure what the coating is made out of, but it's a lot smoother riding than just the chrome faces that you'll find on the E-Scape, the E-Pure Light, the E-Scape Light, and the other models. Taking this carbon fiber number plate off, you can also see that we have billet aluminum triple clamps. So these triple clamps are a little bit lighter, they're a little bit tougher than the E-Scape, the typical E-Scape ones, or the E-Pure Light models, where they're just solid, a little bit more bulky, a little more heavy, and that will save some weight on your front end when you want to make those big hops. Fully adjustable from the top. Of course, you're rebounding your compression for the bike, and that's adjustable from the top here, just like standard. Again, Michelin X11 competition tires. These tires are gummy, like all trials tires typically are. Great tires that they come with. You won't have to upgrade that if you want to stick to straight trials. Moving down here, 4-piston caliper from Brake Tech as well. Very sensitive, very in tune to what you want. You want a little bit, you got it. You want a lot, you definitely got it. Just remember to keep your 2 wheels on the ground when you pull it. Now moving over here, let's see, a little bit dirty since I did ride it up here. It's been a little bit wet here in Hawaii, but definitely not snowing, so can't complain too much. Have our EM logo on our skid plate, and we have the E-Pure logo here. We have the race. This is our race, and this, guys, and I've gone over it before on the 2020 model, but this is the battery. Here we go. If you notice, the battery extends all the way to the outer limits of the frame here, so it's pretty flush. So the battery is actually, I would say, 2 cells wide, you know, 2 cells, a shaka wide, 2 cells wide, and that gives you about a 30 amp hour battery, which is a lot. You don't get as much as the E-Scape, but one benefit to this, I'll tell you guys, is that this bike is about 20 pounds less than the E-Scape R, just because of the battery and some of the seat. But this bike is a lot more nimble, and of course, if you're a trials rider, you want this shape, you want this sleek shape so you can hang your leg over. You get a lot more maneuverability with this bike. But keep in mind, if you think you can ride trials with the E-Scape, technically you can, but with the E-Pure Race, because the weight is lower, it's not up here like the E-Scape. It's a lot more nimble. It feels different. The frame and everything is exactly the same, the geometry exactly the same, but the feel of the bike, the way it holds its weight, is a lot different. Okay, have your clutch right here, of course, just like the E-Scape R. This is Electromotion's innovation put into motion. Well, put into motion. This is the simplest clutch design, no gears, no shifting, just power. yeah, and we'll see where that power comes from on the opposite side. Okay. Oh, I forgot to mention, see these 3 bolts? With the E-Pure Race, or actually any of the E-Pure Trials bikes, it's as simple as removing these 3 bolts here, and this battery slides right out. If you didn't catch that on the 2020 review, the battery comes right out. So when you're washing this bike, it's a lot easier too, because the main thing we don't want to get wet, or one of the main things besides the motor, and we don't want to get the battery wet if we don't have to. So taking those 3 bolts out, pulling this off, opens this up, we can wash the bike really good, and we can get into those crevices that just annoy us, you know, when we're detailing our bike. Black frame, love the paint, of course. Thank you, Electromotion, for painting the frame black. It's gonna help us a lot in this Hawaii red dirt that we got. That thing stains everything. And like I said before, man, like Hawaii might be just a little bit different. Maybe it's the volcanic soil or whatever it is, but just our mud is crazy. S3 steel pegs, standard. Have a Ole shock in there. Then that we can be adjusted. If you see that screw up there, that is our rebound screw. We can adjust the shock as well. So not only can we mess with the compression of the spring, but we can mess with the internal adjustments as well. So you put that up there, it's a little bit easier to get to than down at the linkages. 420 chain here, and back to the same gearing that we have our 57 tooth solid sprocket in the back, just like the Escape R. We also have Michelin X11 competition trials tires on top of our tubeless solid spline wheel with our turnbuckle spokes. Now this wheel is a lot tougher than the other ones. Turnbuckle will allow you to adjust it a lot easier too, and as you can see, this rib up here, right, this is the difference. This rib is what makes this wheel a lot more solid. It has a spine almost, and because the spokes aren't piercing into the wheel itself, it's completely sealed up except for the Schrader valve that we put the air in. So you set this tire, you set the bead like a regular car tire. Once you set the bead, you fill it up, but this will also allow you to run extremely low pressure to get that grip that trials riders require when doing their crazy Tony Bowl stuff, you know. Okay, let's come back here for a second. Look at this graphics. It's very very thought out, very nice, bright, vibrant colors. I like it. It's a lot more bright than the 2020 model, which was a little bit more, I don't know, it's a little bit more nonchalant. It wasn't as loud as this, which if you're riding an electric bike, you got to be as loud as you can visually, because noise wise nobody will see you coming, right? Of course, Nils is a European oil company. They actually provide the oil that goes into the wet clutch system in here. So yeah, keep that in mind. I'll do another video later where I open this up. Stay tuned for that. But when you do maintenance on this bike, or you will have to change the oil, but a lot of people ask me, oh, how often do you have to change it? And you know, honestly, I haven't gotten there yet. I'm still trying to figure that out. There is a recommendation in the manual which I can post up later, but basically, if you think about it, you change your clutch oil, you know, every few months, depending on how you ride, depending on the condition you ride, and you use the clutch constantly though, just constantly slipping the clutch, even to get off the line. With a gas bike, you're using the clutch. With this bike, you really don't need the clutch unless you really need it. So I would say it has to last at least 5 times or more longer than a traditional gas bike. The plates are the same, they're similar, and the oil is similar as well. So longevity of the oil and the clutch plates should be substantial. Okay, you got your caliper, rear brake caliper here. Black swing arm again. Look at this, it's already dirty. It's already dirty, but look, just nice. Don't have to worry about that aluminum getting stained. Of course, our kickstand on the right hand side, which I've gotten used to, but a lot of people get thrown off in the very beginning. Let's see, our Electromotion Motor. Now this is the power plant. This is a same motor that's on every Electromotion bike from 2020 and up, and this is it's a standard 6 kilowatts running and 11 kilowatt peak. So this motor has a lot of juice, and as you can see, it's a nice aluminum finish here. What I'm gonna do is well, before I take this bike on its maiden voyage, I'm gonna blast this whole thing with SC1 or some silicone based product just to seal the pores on this aluminum. Hopefully we can keep it as bright and vibrant as it is right now. Okay, unfortunately guys, this bike has no area for your musubi. I know people like that one last time, so I was kind of bummed. I'm gonna have to carry my musubi in my backpack, my snacks in my backpack like normal, but this thing is very sleek. And if you guys have any questions, comments, please leave them in the comments block. This video went a lot faster than the Escape R, but basically the components are the same, but what you get is you get a little bit sleeker design, you get a different battery configuration, and like I mentioned, you get the weight distribution, and that is key, you know, for regular trials riding. I mean, I cannot stress enough the difference from riding this and riding the Escape R. If you want to do trails, the Escape R is the way to go. If you want to do trials, this is the one. Yeah. The thing about this bike that I like is it's convertible. The Escape R, you cannot take the battery away. You can't take the seat away. You can't take the seat away because the battery is here. With the E-Pure Race though, you can undo this top cover. They sell a sub piece that does convert this bike basically into an Escape R, but with a smaller battery. So stay tuned for that video. I do have the seat kits in stock. I'm just waiting to put them on. I haven't ripped this apart yet, but like the other videos I've done before this bike gets going, especially now that it's winter time in Hawaii and it rains a lot, I'm gonna definitely do my maintenance, my pre-maintenance, and lube up, grease up all my connectors in the front, all my connectors in the controller. So I'll remove this and I'll do a couple swaps here and there. I'll show you a little configuration change that I personally like. All right guys, thank you once again for checking me out. If you like what you see, please subscribe. If you have any questions or comments, of course, you guys put them in the comments. I'm happy to answer any questions. For all you new E-Pure Race or Electromotion riders out there, if you have a question, please check out the videos first. If I don't answer any questions in there, of course, hit me up and I'll be happy to help you out. You know, it's a small community right now. We don't have too many forums and all that stuff available, but you know, now is the time that we can get everybody on board and just show what these bikes can really do and how much we love them. So mahalo guys once again. Remember, always ride with Aloha.